Metro Boomin want some more, nigga.
Henny and HotWings, you tuning in. Henny and HotWings, you tuning in. Just listen to Miss Hot Sauce, she doing it. I'm fucking with Miss Hot Sauce, she do the shit. She talking about your city and what's going on. She got tips for you, shorty, how to get it on. She talking to the men and what they doing wrong. Politicking about some business, she a little sassy. Henny and HotWings with some hot sauce, that's real classy. Depending on the topic, she might get nasty. Got your podcast blasting, it's a real classic. Got my Henny and HotWings, let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. Got my Henny and HotWings, let's get it cracking. Got my Henny and HotWings, let's get it cracking. Got my Henny and HotWings, let's get it cracking. Yeah, papers, let's get it cracking.
Got my Henny and HotWings, let's get it cracking.
Boom, baby.
We outside. We outside.
Come on, Auburn. Giving you.
Right. My name is Savannah James.
Oh, hello, Savannah.
Thank you very much. That I don't know why this part. It's because she had to curl it hard so I can go to sleep.
I don't say you know how that fresh curl be. You know how that be.
So welcome, hi everybody.
Oh, whatever like
I'm
that.
Miss Mofilla.
Hi, Miss Hot Sauce. How are you, my love?
It's been so long.
I know it sucks, yo. Like we be
It
mad
do.
busy taking over the world and stuff.
You
But I
taking over the world, bro.
I'm just trying to follow your lead,
Don't
sis.
lie. I
I'm
can't keep up with you.
saying.
I cannot keep up with you. I know. Everybody's like, damn, Mo is out here. I'm like, yup, she is.
Listen, I learned from the goddamn best. You understand me? Laid the blueprint. You feel me?
We outside, we ain't taking no shit.
No shit.
Niggas. That's what we're
None-
not gonna do this
none of these
2022.
niggas.
None of
niggas.
these. Yes. So just how have you been in general?
Man, we already know today is crazy. It's a crazy ass hump day. We've been running around. Like I said, we're taking over the world. So, I mean, I'm excited to be in front of y'all's faces. Quite frankly, this is always a good unwind, a good key with my girls. I love catching up. So I'm good. I'm happy to be here 100%.
And if you guys are listening, you guys can join us right into the comment section.
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
open. We can see them. You can jot down your comments, your concerns, any of that right there. You guys are affectionately called the Hot Wings.
Hey,
So,
Hot Wings.
you know that the comment section is where it get real spicy.
Stupid spicy. And
It
make sure
gets
y'all are
super
sharing
spicy.
this thing. Make sure y'all are sharing this.
Exactly. Let people know what's going on. Mo, do your thing.
Right, as I'm trying to share it at the same time with my crazy self. But listen, over here, Miss Auburn D. Brown. I'm sorry, give me your name one more time. I'm sorry.
Savannah James.
Savannah James, aka Miss Hot Sauce to you, also known as Danielle CEO Spark FM. Okay, online.
I don't know who that girl is.
That's you, girl. Give it up for Miss Hot Sauce, man. And you know me, Ms. Mofilla. But listen, our very special guest, you see that crown behind our squares, man. You see that face. And if you've been following her, you know right now is the time. Ladies, get your pens, your pencils, your paper, get your notes ready. We have Miss the beautiful Dionna, aka Destination Dionna, in the building. Say hi, boo. Yes.
I've been waiting to talk to you for quite some time.
We got some talking to do.
Quite some time. Can you tell us a little bit about you?
You.
Yes. Well, for those who don't know, I'm from Boston.
Yes.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay. Authentic. Okay.
You know what I mean? So
shout out to the BLA reunion. We're going to get that out real quick. Shout out to the BLA reunion.
So I was just going to say that this is like a homecoming for me. I don't think I've done any podcasts or anything besides Sparring Minds.
Our brothers, man, over at
gotta shout them out.
Yes.
So really cool. I'm from Boston. I mean, I spent a good amount of my adult life in Baltimore, Maryland. I went to Morgan State University. So shout out to my HBCU. But I'm in Dallas.
HBCUs out here doing it what they do. I didn't go to
Me neither. Me neither. I don't even know what to yell. I'd be like, woo, woo, I don't know what to say because I didn't go to it.
Just be like whoop whoop.
Woo, woo.
So yeah, I'm in Dallas now, and I am a author, and I'm a love attraction expert.
Hey.
Now you guys see why I'm excited for her to be here. A love attraction expert.
Yes.
Expertante.
Okay.
And I am way too excited about this because I'm about to attract all the love in 2022.
All of it. Yes.
Okay. Let me put on my lip gloss so that they
right. We gotta make sure our lips are right, sis. We gotta make sure. Let me put on a little mascara so I can look a little bit more ladylike for this. This is crazy.
Yeah, I got dressed up for y'all. I put a dress on and everything.
I see you got glammed up for the gods. Let me keep up a little bit.
Because we gonna get into this. There's no pants. No.
Oh, we are here for you today, Dionna.
Yes.
We are here for you.
To this.
I mean, I wish I did have some pants, but I mean,
what do we need those for?
Yeah.
I guess, fuck pants.
Who needs them? Who needs them?
Yes, a love. That's why we told y'all. We told you guys from the beginning. From the very beginning. And hold on, let me pause for the call so I can put this on the gram.
Okay, let them know.
We told y'all from the very beginning that she is a love attraction expert and she is going to teach us how to find love.
Yes.
There go the bestie walking in the goddamn door.
Okay.
Goddamn.
Hey, bestie.
Shit. But anyways, I can't put that up because they been like, you love, blah, blah.
You look like your love was attracted, right?
Y'all better stop. I'm attracted to this KFC, okay? They're not sponsoring us, so we're not promoting.
We're not promoting that.
Shit. It's not good for you. If they sponsor us, then we def eat that shit.
Right.
So wait, what exactly is a? No, sorry. Let's start the show properly.
Right,
Hello,
right. We gotta do it right.
Welcome to the next serving of Henny and HotWings, where the show starts before the show actually starts.
Shout out to Bestie making sure he's going to be a cameo for this episode.
He's like, don't be trying to hide me. I'm in the shot.
Block it, okay? Bro, come on.
Shout out, first of all, can we give a special happy belated birthday to Bestie in the background? We love you, Bestie.
Anyhow.
Okay, that's enough of him.
Relationship check-in. Mo.
Okay, boom, I'll do it. Well, I'm over here trying to get glammed up. I'm trying to keep up with Dionna, okay? You see me trying to keep up. But listen, I realized I'm actually really depleted today after a whole day of cussing niggas out. Literally, like I'm drained. I've been cussing niggas out. I'm so tired. But no, it's been good. I've been in this journey of like really understanding my boundaries and what's okay with me when dealing in relationships, whether it's platonic, dating, or whatever. Like I've been really trying to understand how I maneuver with people and connecting. So like I realized I've been screwed. I just woke up from a 38-year fucking coma. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
I have been going about things completely wrong and screwed. Definitely like not looking out for me and my well-being. And boy, the tables have turned. The tables have turned. That's why I'm drained from cussing everybody out. I'm drained.
You gotta stop cussing them out. You gotta You gotta punch.
I had to set the boundaries first. I was like, okay, because I never knew how to set them. I was just like, what? I don't know how to do these things. So now I'm like, nope, this is the boundary, bitch. Fuck out of here. And then
aggressive, like.
Yeah, I set mine pretty.
See, that's usually what happens, though. We don't have any boundaries at all, and then we wake up and we're like, fuck that. We got all the boundaries now, and you're not getting in.
That's
I'm gonna find a healthy balance at some point, but that's my status right now. That's my status.
My status is, I don't know.
Savannah, what's Savannah's status?
Right.
I don't know. Like I just feel like there's an in-between line of, maybe being ready and it's summertime. So it's like,
that's real.
And it's my first summertime outside, and I don't want no problems, but I'm cute. I lost like 8 pounds, so I'm trying to, be outside.
Girl, that's a dress size.
Girl, exactly. I can fit into something little, and I could be, outside.
Still outside. It is a tough struggle. It's a struggle.
Like you're drawn to certain things, and then at the same time, you're also like, yo, I don't know.
Outside's about to open back up, though.
Yeah. And Dionna, we noticed.
Okay, it was the swoop for me.
Me too, because I didn't even want to go to her next. I don't ever go second. So I was just like, you know what?
We already know.
We don't see it. Okay. I had to turn down my own ring light because I was like,
excuse me.
Got outside. So you are fiancé?
Yes, I'm engaged happily. Wedding date set for February of next year. Getting married in Paris.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds expensive.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is.
I know that's right. And it's like, period. It is.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. I freaking love it.
Now that we've established that, we're gonna come right on back. What is a love attraction expert?
So, I mean, literally to be an expert, you just need to have varying experience in a particular area. And the funny thing about me is I've always been a love attraction expert from high school. I just didn't know how to properly hone the attraction skills. So I was attracting all the wrong things.
Oh, let me get my notepad ready, honey, because
mine is here. I got a blue pen. I already dated it.
So, once I got to that place where I realized, like, wait a second, I'm literally getting what I'm asking for. In my previous marriage, I remember before I met him, I went through a bad breakup where this person just cheated on me, and it kind of broke me. I wasn't in a space where I understood him cheating wasn't about me. So it kind of broke me a little bit. So I literally was putting out into the atmosphere, I just want somebody who won't cheat on me. So that's exactly what I got. My husband, my soon-to-be ex-husband is an amazing guy. Lots of great qualities. I won't say anything bad about him. But what I will say is when I was putting my intentions out there for what I was going to attract, that's exactly what I got. He didn't cheat on me. He was extremely faithful, extremely loyal. However, he did a variety of other things.
Yeah. You weren't too specific, right?
No, I wasn't specific enough. I got what I asked for. I never had to worry about another woman. Never had
that was never a question.
That never came up. However,
everything else did.
Everything else did. So that's where I think the light bulb went off. Like, wait a second, this what you asked for, though. So, like, how mad can you be when you were praying out to God, you were putting it out there in the universe, and all you said was that? Like, that's all you require? You don't require being spoiled. You don't require being completely respected and put first. You don't require spiritual connection. You don't require anything but as long as he don't cheat. And what's so funny about it is I've always been kind of like, I don't know, cheating never really was the end all be all to me. Like, I wasn't one of those girls that was just like, oh, broken.
Everything is broken because you
yeah, but that last relationship somehow did something to me in a way that's all I focused on.
Okay.
So whatever you focus on is going to multiply. You know what I mean? Whether it's good, bad, indifferent. So you have to be really intentional with your thoughts and what you want to attract to you. So once I realized that, oh, a bitch got real specific.
I know
I
that's
was
right.
like, oh no, he needs to make 6 figures at least. He needs to pay all my bills happily. I want to travel every quarter. I want like,
I know that's right.
Oh, I just started talking about my dream life.
Yeah.
Like the life that I would imagine, but I still didn't believe yet. So I just started talking about it. And as I talked about it, I started preparing myself to be the person that warranted that type of man, that type of relationship.
Now tell me, what does that look like to you? Like the type of woman that warrants that? You know what I mean?
So for me, once I got specific about what I wanted in the man, and I mean, I touched every facet: finances, their relationship with their mom, their thoughts on a woman who had her own business. That was important to me. A woman that had dreams, goals, aspirations. How did they support that? I have 2 children. So it was like, how does this person interact with my kids? Do they fall into that, bonus dad role, or do they want to keep it separate? Like, I got really specific about every area of my life that mattered to me.
Okay.
That would be impacted by a relationship. And once I identified what man best suited the life I wanted, not the life I had, the life I wanted to live. Once I could identify that man, I literally started doing things like researching, like, okay, I want a man that makes 6 figures, either in his own business or a career that is growing and building. Okay, let me start looking at some of these men. Let me see, what are their habits? Where do they hang out? What type of women are they interested in? What are their interests? What do they do for hobbies? Right? And I didn't do this with a plan to change myself. I did it with a plan to look at what I already innately do, and then maybe highlighting some areas that don't align with what I wanted.
Okay, girl, it's the gems. Yes.
Yep. So, I mean, I literally wrote a list, and I know that's kind of cliche. I know people are like, don't write a list, but I'll tell you what the difference was in this list. There was nothing about the person's race, how they look physically, or their age. And that's the first time I ever did that. Every other time, yeah.
That's a huge thing, because that's usually the first things we think of.
And that's why I'm highlighting it. That's why I always make sure to tell women this very specific part, because I'm not the first woman to write a list.
Of course,
everybody does that. But the difference was, when I did this, I was extremely intentional. I didn't look at my now. I didn't look at, well, if I looked at my past, which I did, I looked at what I didn't want to repeat. So some of the things on my list were like opposites of what I experienced. So I did look backwards, but it was more a focus on where I wanted to go.
Right.
And when I realized, I finished the list, and it was all about, like, what he had, his character, what he wanted out of life, how he treated his woman, what he believed about relationships, what he believed about spirituality and God, how much he liked or didn't like children. It was all things like that. I was thinking about how to build a dream life. Once I did that, I was able to notice that nothing was really superficial. And that was eye-opening for me, because I had a type. He needed to be tall, dark, handsome, dress like this, have swag. Like, he probably had to be a up north dude because that's just
that's what you used to, right?
That's what we used to, right? So I noticed I didn't say nothing about that. And I'm like, well, do I not care about how they look? That ain't true.
Right. Right.
I don't care. He got to look like something. But I guess because my whole intention was about happiness, compatibility, how it fit the life I wanted to live, what man would be equipped to be with a woman who is going to be out there in the public, who is on social media a lot, who gets a lot of attention from men. What type of man could handle that?
That's the notes that I'm getting for today, honey. This is your show, Dionna.
I'm like, why you didn't tell us he was coming to therapize us today? Say that.
So yeah, I mean, I just didn't focus on anything physical. And it's so funny because I shared this list with a couple of my girlfriends, like close ones, right? And at the same time, it's like I was also like focusing on, up in my femininity game, up in my looks, and just what I brought to the table, right? So I'm sending them this list and they like, bitch, you is crazy. You not getting all that in one man. You gonna have to have four.
It seemed like that sometimes. Sometimes that's what it seemed like.
Yo, and like thinking back on it, like I laughed with him and everything.
But if we're thinking like that, of course we're not going to be able to attract.
And if that was always the experience, if you ain't never seen a man like that, of course that's what you're gonna say, right? But let's go back to the fact that I wasn't talking about what I had already had,
right?
What I had experienced. I was talking about my dream life.
Yeah.
If everything was going the way I wanted to in a dream life, what would this man be like? So I was crazy enough to be like, well, I guess I'm gonna be chilling till all four of them motherfuckers join into one.
I know that's right.
I've had that same exact thought. Like,
yeah, I'm okay to wait
these motherfuckers together
till I might morph them together. You're not wrong. So I love these friends. They're still my friends, and they know I tell this story. They don't care. They know my dude is exactly what I wrote, and they're like, "Yes, right. Bitch, okay." So they kept kind of feeding it though. Like, girl, you gonna have to relax. Like, do it really gotta be all that? And I'm like, yup. And at the same time, I'm like deciding that I want to divorce my husband. I'm like going through all of those emotions.
This is interesting that, like you are doing this list while you are married.
And yeah. Yep.
She was already preparing, honey.
That's deep right there because I'm thinking it on a single perspective where, like I'm sitting here, wondering what's going to happen, what's the future like. And you're in a situation where you are technically with who you're supposed
with someone. Yes.
And
was completely committed too.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like we were broken up. We weren't. We were still in the same house, but in a very tumultuous type of situation. Yeah. No like abuse or anything like that. No. Again, I'm being very careful about how I talk about this because he is my children's father. I have respect for him and I won't ever do that.
Yeah.
But I do got to tell my truth and I've already told him that.
Of course.
So in that situation, and I tell people this that I coach as well. Whenever someone gets divorced or they break up from a long-term relationship, trust and believe that situation was over at least 2 years before they actually do something.
Talk about it.
It's a statistical fact too. I'm not just saying this. If you look it up, you'll see that it takes 1 to 2 years for people to actually say, all right, we're getting a divorce. So I had already been done with the situation. But when you get in those type of situations, you've been with somebody for a long time, you have kids, and full transparency. Yes, you're comfortable, and full transparency for me because I pride myself on telling the complete truth. So I'm not going to get up here and only tell you the rosy part of it and only tell you the part that I did right.
Yeah.
I will also acknowledge the pieces that weren't right.
That's what makes it dope.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like
because you know, like we hearing all the sides.
Exactly.
Because I feel like you got to have all the information to really make an informed decision and to trust somebody. I want people to trust my leadership, my guidance, because you'll know, oh, I've made those mistakes. That's why I can tell you that. I've done that. That's why I can tell you that. I'm trying to save you from
doing the
wasting
same
all
stuff.
of that time. So it's like in the situation, I had already arrived at this is not working. But there were certain parts of me that was embarrassed by that. I have a relationship coaching business.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck, this is going to tank my whole shit. So not only am I going to be heartbroken, having to deal with this transition of not being married to this person I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, the children are being uprooted, all of this, then I might potentially lose clients. I might potentially lose credibility in my business. And it was a friend of mine, girlfriend of mine, she's also an author and a coach. And she said, girl, please, that's what's going to make you even more equipped to tell you.
Heck yeah.
You've been here. You got the ring. You got married. You did all of that stuff. So now you can tell them what they need to do before, what they should avoid, what they should look for. Please.
Looking out.
This is going
looking out, because if you can go through the things that I can potentially avoid, then that's definitely looking out.
Right.
For fact, absolute facts. And I, like you said, I don't think people talk about the embarrassment that people feel when they have to make that decision about divorce, the societal pressures. You always hear that you said for better or for worse. And
it's like, I'm sorry, I have to say this. I don't like to, I try not to draw the line like sexually, like between men and women, but there's a clear difference. And the women really take more faults. Women get way more of a bad rap when a marriage doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I am not a fan of this girl, but like Kim Kardashian, you know, like giving all that she's going through right now, all some people seem to think about was, oh, but this is her third marriage. So she because it's her third marriage, she deserves to be harassed by her third
like why y'all hating that she requires marriage? Why y'all hating?
Right. There's a lot of people out here that make that a requirement. I'm not doing any type of relationship.
And that it's not like people don't know. You know, like but anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Right. We could get
but that's a great example. They're tearing her apart and they're acting like Kanye's the only one going through the divorce.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know why? Let me tell you why.
He's the loud one. He's the loud one.
I'm not Kim Kardashian. I don't have her money. I don't have her influence. So I'm not trying to say I'm equivalent to her. But I am saying that I understand the perspective so much because she, on the outside looking in, right? She's fine. She got a new man. Her life is going on. So fuck her, right?
Yeah,
she had to be the problem. She had to be the problem. She didn't really care about Kanye because she's already
moved on. Yeah.
So I'm sure that some people look at me like, yo, your husband's hurting. As he should.
And I was too.
Him to be hurting.
I was too.
You know what I mean? I don't want him to be hurting, but he lost a good thing. He should be hurting.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't mean because I'm not crying about it and I'm not looking like hell and like I can't get my life together that I'm not hurting.
Or writing long statuses on social media. Sorry, that was a little triggered. I'm a little triggered.
Wow.
A little triggered.
Whoa.
Sorry.
You good there, girl?
I'm all right. I'm back.
Don't feel bad. I had my moment. Where I did that too. He went.
Well, no, I didn't do it. The other person did to make the sob story of how they're like this heartbroken.
That's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. So it's like, you know, if you're not down and out, it's like, oh, she must have already been cheating and she. So I'm sure there's plenty of narratives, and I have a good time sitting on the beach in the Maldives.
Oh, that's right.
Like, laughing.
Right. I enjoy scrolling while I'm on the beach. Enjoy.
Living my blessed life. So it is what it is. But women definitely take, a lot more of the blame, I would say, when things go wrong. But yeah, I was definitely still in a marriage, but I had already left mentally. I feel like I was gone mentally and was just trying to figure out how to go physically because he wasn't accepting it. He wasn't done yet.
I remember that. Me and my baby daddy.
Yeah.
I remember I broke up with him. He was like, well, I don't want that. And I was like,
right.
I didn't know we had that. I don't think we took a vote on this. That is not a vote.
No, this isn't a mutual decision.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like,
but yeah, he wasn't ready. And I can applaud a man that is going to fight for his family. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to fight for your family, it needs to be in a way that you are addressing the issues you had, not to go back to the Kim Kardashian, Kanye type thing. Okay, are you getting on meds? Are you getting therapy? Are you doing to address what led to where you guys are? If you're doing that, then by all means, I'm championing families. Trust me, I'm not an advocate for divorce, but what I advocate even more is not staying in unhealthy marriages.
Amen.
Say it one more time, girl.
I have to say that because I think there's a clear difference. I'm not out here saying oh yeah, divorce. Oh,
right.
No,
the moment there's a trouble, divorce. No.
Right. I'm not an advocate for it. It should be kind of your last resort. For real. But I feel the women that get to the point yo, I done did everything. I didn't ask. I done been patient. And you just aren't showing up in this relationship. If it's not two people actively working together towards the same goal, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Wasting time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Wasting time and passing on trauma. I have 2 children. I have a boy and a girl. So I felt the pressure on both ends. I don't want my son emulating this. I don't want him treating a woman like this. And I don't want my daughter, accepting this. I don't want them to think this is healthy love. When me and your dad met, we had healthy love. That's how you got here. But that somehow, we took different steps that didn't align. Somehow we got on different roads. Somehow we got separated. We got divided. That's what a divorce is. When you're divided.
Right. And unable to reconciliate.
And unable to come back together and work as one. So yes, I'm a woman that will speak up and say, listen, if you've done everything you can, you've tried to get help, you've tried counseling, you've tried a little separation to see if it would help. If you've done all of those things and you're still feeling your needs aren't met, this doesn't serve you. No.
What are we doing? Exactly. So you got to that point in your marriage, still committed. And you started making this list of what you wanted when you were no longer committed. That's your overall dreams and vision of where you actually wanted to be and who you actually wanted to be with. What was how'd you get to that point?
Well, full transparency, I think when I did it, still a piece of my heart was hoping that he would turn into it.
Wow.
That's real. That's real.
I think we're all kind of guilty of that.
You know what I mean? In my mind, I knew we don't want the same things. We're not marching the same way. It's just not there. And to be honest, I can't even blame him. What really did it for me to say this is done is when I realized how I began treating him. That's when I said, oh, I don't like who I'm being in this relationship.
How are you treating him?
Not
me. I know Well, it's not like mean, but it's not like nice.
Over it. It's like over it.
Yeah,
That over it
like
energy.
It's like, you know, my drive wasn't there. I'm a person that's going to do everything possible to try to make this work. When I stopped doing that, when I just started like accepting it, like, we ain't had date night for 3 weeks.
Whatever. That's
You know,
when whatever kicks in.
When I stopped even asking for the things I wanted, and I started replacing that time that I would usually be putting into the relationship and making sure that's flowing smoothly. When I started just putting it into myself, I was like, okay, this can work one of two ways. I can become this awesome person, and he's like, fuck, I got to get my shit together. She about to leave. Or he's going to stay the same. And I'm going to outgrow this. It's no longer going to fit and align with who I'm becoming.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. It just didn't fit anymore.
So the after that, what's the timeline of you meeting your fiance?
So that happened, we'll say, what year is this? 2022?
Nobody knows, honey.
I don't even know anymore.
Nobody knows.
So this was 2020, like summertime that I started. You know, I was planning a vacation with my homegirls. Like, I was getting dropped like 80 pounds. Like, it was on and popping.
80 pounds?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, definitely.
80
pounds?
80. Yep.
I'm transparent. I had gastric bypass.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, how you did that? What's your plan, honey?
I had gastric bypass, which helped me get the first like 50 pounds off in the first like 2 to 3 months. Yeah. And then after that, it was all working out 5 to 6 days a week, only eating, you know, kind of plants, protein and fruit, drinking water and green tea, which is still how I eat now.
I feel a lot of people don't feel like sometimes you just need help. You know, like you just need a little push
and that's exactly what it is. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I had did everything, and I had been perpetually dieting for like my whole life.
And so I'm like happy dieting, because dieting is not fucking fun.
It's not. It's not, and you're fucking angry. You're hungry all the time.
You're feeling restricted.
So I'm like, I need some help. Right. I need some help. And actually getting surgery was like one of the best things I could have did, because I'm not sure if people know this, but before you can even get surgery, they put you through an extensive program. They teach you how to eat. You have to go through a nutritionist program for months. And I mean consecutive. So if you miss a class, you got to start all over again.
You make sure you're committed to the journey, it seems like.
Yeah, they don't play about that. You have to do psychological testing, and like a psychologist has to clear you to say like she can handle rapid weight loss and it's not going to drive her to drink or some shit like that.
That's real.
Yeah. So I mean, you go through all of that, and then it's the actual physical surgery, of which you can't really eat for like almost 2 months. You're on a liquid diet. It's fucking hell. It was not easy. So when people are like, yo, that's the easy way out.
They took the easy route. No, it's not.
No, it's not. And you have to maintain it. Like,
and I've actually had a lot of friends almost lose their life going that route. And it's not even like,
it's not even a joke.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah. But I had that help. And it helped me in all areas of my life, because it helped me to realize like I was an emotional eater, not just when I was sad though. It was like sad, happy,
I stay eating.
any type of feelings. I'm like, oh, that means sandwich. Like, all
I heard was pie.
Sad equals sandwich.
Right. So it helped me to learn that though. And it helped me to learn that, yo, you got to have other things in your life that you do, whether it's working out, walking, journaling, playing with your kids. Like, you have to have other things. It can't be like everything is attached to food or whatever. So Yeah, I mean, just doing that like within myself, working on myself and all of that. I knew it was going to go one of two ways, and it went the way where it divided us. So that was in the summer. I decided to move to Texas because my mom lived in Dallas. And I knew that going through a divorce, having two kids, and going from a situation where you had a full-time help to not having that and not knowing what that felt like, because I was never alone. We were always together. We always lived together. We had two kids. We went through pregnancies together, went through births together. So I didn't know anything about being like a single parent.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, nah, like I'm gonna need my mother, yo. Like,
right. I need some support.
Like, who will help me with this? So I decided to move to Dallas. And when I moved to Dallas, I actually met my fiance online on Facebook.
Okay.
On Facebook. Yep.
I've known quite a few people that have met people on Facebook.
So
and not Facebook dating or anything like that.
I need to go through my pending friend request because
yes,
the love of my life should be
in there mode.
No, he's probably already your friend. He was already my friend for like a year. But we never spoke to each other. When I went back to look at the history, we had each liked a post of each other's, and it was just a meme. It was like a random thing. Never talked, never had communication, and we only had like 2 mutual friends. So it was really happenstance. We just happened to be in the mix. And I was raising money for a family that was living in a hotel. And the reason why I was doing this, it tugged at my heartstrings because a year before we were living in a hotel. My husband lost his job. I wasn't working. I had just had a baby. Like, we were in a hotel living there for like 6 months, almost a year.
Wow.
So that always does something to me because I'm like, yo, I know what that is like.
I know that feeling, yeah.
Right. And so I didn't have the money at the time because I'm not that far removed from living in a hotel. I had just got my place, just getting on my feet, just got a car again. So I didn't have the money, but I'm like, yo, I got the network.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out to my network and just tell them there's a family in need, help out, send a couple dollars. And yo, my network showed up. They sent like almost $3,000 for this family.
Wow.
And he was one of the people that donated.
Okay.
So I went through, and everybody that donated, I sent them a personal thank you, not a cut and paste, nothing, but something from my heart to each individual person. And he responded back like, yo, that's so awesome. He shared some scriptures with me. I'm a spiritual person. So, that got my attention right away. Like, oh, that's nice. But he wasn't flirting with me. There was nothing. I didn't even check out his page, nothing. It was purely about this kind of giving, whatever. Didn't think anything more about it. After that, I think it was like a day later, I went live and I shared the story about, like, no one had knew that I was living in a hotel before. So I shared the story.
Yeah.
And when he saw that, and I told everyone, like, the money that you were sending in, I had pledged to match it.
Oh, wow.
But it got to the point that I couldn't.
Yeah, like, wait.
I was like, hold up. I wasn't expecting all that. I shared the story. And, I kind of was crying because I'm like, y'all have no idea what it's like to be on this side of it, to be able to help somebody else, like, and it touched him. So he actually Cash Apped me something and said, that's for you. Like, God told me to bless you. You have such a giving heart, like, whatever. And I'm like,
who this man?
Now I'm going to look at his profile.
I'm like,
who is you?
Who is this man?
I'm like, all right, okay, no red flags, all right, I'm looking, but again, I'm still fresh out of deciding to leave my marriage, so I don't have dating on the mind. I don't none of that. I'm trying to get
together.
Yeah, I'm trying to get established in Dallas. I'm trying to work things out for my kids, whatever. So I just say thank you, leave it at that. He doesn't bother me. He doesn't, what you do with the money? What, like, can I take you on a date? He don't say nothing. He leaves me alone too for like, I don't know, a while, a couple weeks, something like that. And he just ever so, every couple of days, something like that, he would just send me a scripture, like something of encouragement, like just encouragement. And that's it. Like he wasn't trying to spark up conversation or nothing.
No WYDs, no what you doing, none of that.
None of that.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back. What are some of the things that you had on this list as I put together what I'm listening to?
I mean,
you have to say everything, because I know you say you share it with your closest, but like we your best friends.
We're your best friends right now.
So I mean, I said he had to make.
As you go through the story, you could almost tell us if that was something that was on your list.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you like the biggest things. I mean, he had to be pretty financially stable. He had to make 6 figures or more. Mm-hmm. He had to believe in being the financial provider, meaning he pays all of my bills happily, not I got to tell him to, not I got to ask him to. This is just what he believes on his own.
Why were these things so important to you? These top 2 were
because I think in my marriage, my husband definitely had that desire. When we met, he told me he was very traditional. It was his goal in life that I could just be a stay-at-home wife and just look good, care for his kids, and enjoy life.
Oh, we all want that.
Who wouldn't sign up for that, right?
Okay.
But that ain't the life I got.
Right.
So,
right.
I didn't abandon that desire just because it didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So as I'm thinking of my dream life, I mean, how am I going to brunch and shop all day if I got to work?
Real points.
So
absolutely. Keep going.
So, I mean, I'm just, 1 + 1 is 2. If I want to brunch and shop and look cute and care about that, I can't be
somebody else got to work and pay the bills.
Hello. I got to meet somebody. But the thing that I learned, and this is really important because I know I'm tongue in cheeky about it. And, I hear the whole like gold digger thing and all of that. And my response is always, well, gold got to get dug. So
period. But I mean, I feel like
you're right.
I feel like people always like to throw that word out there when you have
expectations. They do, but that only comes from like tax brackets where like it's uncommon.
It's a problem. Let's just call it what it is.
That's the nicest way I can put it. But that's why everything I was saying though, and ladies, this is important. Like this is what I will say, like write this down. Everything I was saying about this man, he was. Like, I didn't have to convince him. I didn't have to try to make myself a certain way so he would. It wasn't conditional. It was just, hey, this is what I want. So I want a man who wants to give this.
Oh, it's just that simple.
Write it down. Write it down.
So, as I'm else on the list, he had to be well-traveled because I was well-traveled. And I found that men that are well-traveled, they treat women a little differently. They've seen other cultures. They are very proud of their woman. Therefore, they take responsibility for her happiness and how she is out in the public. There's just certain things that I've learned. So I'm like, he has to be well-traveled. I had experienced kind of some mommy issues in past relationships. So one of my things was that this man had to have a healthy relationship with his mom where there were boundaries. And once he had a wife, his wife came first unapologetically.
Can we just stop on that real quick though? Because the mommy issues go on both sides of the spectrum, right? Yep. If they hate their mama, they literally can't deal with any woman in any respectable manner, versus if they are in a fake relationship with their mom,
Absolutely.
They're expecting you to be their mom. It's crazy.
And that's a really good point to bring up because I've experienced both sides of it.
Mhm.
That's why I was very specific to say he had to have a healthy relationship with his mother where boundaries weren't an issue, but he wasn't like, she wasn't a crackhead or something, and now he's looking.
I don't mean to laugh at that, but I do.
I'm sorry, like I'm
I'm
giving you like the most extreme cases,
right.
So anybody can relate. You know what I mean? But you know, he had to have a healthy relationship with his mom. The first thing that was on my list, and I didn't really spend a lot of time talking about it, but I should, was that he had to have his own personal relationship with God, and that had to govern his life.
It's the specificity. It's the specific. I can't even say
I hear
that word.
This is girl.
that word. No.
That word.
Yes.
So that's
That
like,
word.
whatever that word is I need to practice that because I think that's the part. We be
But
like,
we know
we
what
talk
you mean.
about the stuff we want, but we don't go into details.
Oh
I
no,
love this.
no.
I'm loving
That's
this.
what I'm saying. I told you, like love attraction expert, it works both ways. I was attracting love all the time. Men was loving me
all day, honey.
all day. It was never a problem to find a man who loved me. But it was like, yo, I don't want that love. I don't want that.
I didn't mean that.
I didn't mean that.
That's not exactly what I said.
Right. I'm like, wait, I wasn't thinking that. But I started to see like, but I was saying that, and that's the energy I was putting out. So that's kind of what was coming back. But
specificity. I think that's
you know,
but it's not, but I'm gonna use
taking my past experiences and looking at what type of future I wanted is how I came to be able to be so specific about what I wanted. And again, this is important to note too, ladies. When I was making this list, I never spoke in negatives.
Which you don't want.
Everything was what I wanted. So I didn't say, don't give me a dude with mommy issues or he can't have. No, it was everything about exactly what I wanted and what was the positive thing. So it's like he has a healthy relationship with his mom, and boundaries are not an issue. When he gets married, his wife becomes first.
Specific.
Very specific.
I was talking to somebody about this at some point. I cannot remember who it was, but you know, like it was like literally the same thing. Like, you've got to be specific. No, I was listening to this lady pray for my mother. My mom was about to go get a procedure, and she called this lady to come and pray for her. And in that prayer, because we were driving and I was driving, so she had it on speakerphone. I was listening to it, and the lady was so specific about what she wanted to happen in the operating room for my mother. Like, guide the needle where it needs to go, and the doctor's hands, like all of those things. And I was like, she's so very specific. And you're saying the same thing, and that
I'm
makes
saying
so
the same
sense.
exact thing.
So, like, that's very insightful. Like, be specific and also speak in the positive.
Speak in the positive. And as you're being specific, some of this stuff, full disclosure, I didn't necessarily believe it at the time, like I'm gonna get this, but I wanted to believe it. I had the desire that this is what I want to be true. And I'm going to keep meditating on this and believing in this until it's in my heart and I'm unwavering about it. So that's important too, ladies. You don't have to have it all figured out
right away
and fully believe it, but just tell yourself, this is where I am now. This is where I want to go. This is what I don't want to repeat. I'm like right in the middle. I don't want to repeat this, but this is where I want to go. All right, this is what I want to believe about my future, about the man of my dreams, about the relationship of my dreams, about the job of my dreams, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Just have that. Have the desire that you want it to be true. You want to believe it. And that's enough to start. Like, you know, we've all heard the faith the size of a mustard seed. This is the same thing. All you got to do is have that little bit of belief and desire and go from there.
It's true. It's literally true. Look, we got a whole word. You understand me? A whole word from you, Dionna.
Now, I mean, it is very refreshing to hear somebody say that has actually, been successful. So
Yeah.
keep
So
going.
do you want me to continue this story?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Because now that I know what's going on, now let's go right back.
Let's insert our man now. Let's insert our man.
Okay. So, as some time is going by, I think like Valentine's Day came around. And by this point, we had a couple of conversations, just kind of sharing where each other was in our kind of journeys and how we felt about God and what we thought about marriage and different things. And we both were actually leaving marriages. So we were very just friends. Like very much so like, nah, I ain't even in no type of space to be inviting anything romantic. I'm not wavering on leaving this. I've been done with this.
Right.
But I still just want to clear my palate.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So Valentine's is coming up, and anyone who knows me, like I love. So Valentine's Day is like my Christmas. Like I decorate my house. Like I get my kids baskets. Like I go crazy over Valentine's Day. So I shared this with him. And I'm like, I think I like half-heartedly shared like, wow, this is going to be my first Valentine's, like kind of alone. Like, wow, I don't know how I'm going to feel. Right. So Valentine's, he sent me like some beautiful roses. He sent me like some Beats headphones because I said I wanted to start running again and I needed some headphones so I could do that.
Attentive. It's the attentiveness.
Yeah, it's like I drink a lot of tea, like 4 or 5 cups a day. And I had just moved into my apartment, so I didn't have a tea kettle. Right. So I would literally be boiling water like all day. De la ghetto. So he sent me a water warmer that would heat up in like 90 seconds. I'm like, how fucking thoughtful is that?
That's the thoughtfulness.
Right.
The thoughtfulness.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. But I'm still, he's not saying anything out the way that's like relationshipy, but we're like getting to know each other. So I'm like, dang, that's nice. Like, okay, cool. And I think I sent him some candy because he liked a certain kind of candy. And I just sent a card, like just a thoughtful gesture. Right. Because you're a person I'm getting to know and you've sent me lots of encouraging words and it's been helpful in a difficult time. So after Valentine's Day, like the next week, he sends me flowers again. And I'm like, I love flowers. Like, right. Like,
ain't Valentine's Day. What we doing here?
Then another week passes and he sends them again.
Oh.
And then I'm like, okay, wait a second. So, I kind of asked him about it and he's just like, I'm going to send you flowers every week. And I'm like, for how long? Here I go, like,
when you gonna stop?
When is this gonna stop? Like, cut the shit, like, all right?
For how long? Because, like, I don't want to be, like, getting used to this. And he was like, as long as you'll accept them.
Well, shit. Thank you very much.
He have a brother?
And I'm like, okay, I'm still like, whatever. And then he just asked me, like, well, you're an amazing woman. The thing I love about you most is you're a mom and you don't put anything before your kids. And I've been watching just how you're trying to keep it all together as you're going through this. And, I know what I want, but I'm not going to rush you, but I would love to take you on a date. And I'm like,
wait, he's been sending you flowers the whole time and he's never even taken you.
He didn't even take you on a date yet.
He hadn't even spoken on the phone at this, or like you guys are.
We've talked a couple of times, like through like Messenger or whatever.
Yeah.
Like nothing though. Never met in person.
I'm making my
So
list
then
tonight. You understand me? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean,
You want two more? Make me one.
This is crazy.
you know, here's where it gets interesting because it's like we don't live in the same place. So part of me was like, oh yeah, sure, take me on a date. You ain't gonna come here. You ain't gonna, whatever. So he's like, would you mind? Like, can I fly you where I am? And we'll have a weekend date. Like, I want the opportunity to like take you to multiple places, do multiple things, like really like get a whole date experience. And I'm like, well,
date experience.
What?
And these days,
and these motherfuckers
like, I'm scared to take
I need a pre-date.
We need a coffee date.
Kidding me? I'm not gonna be out here spending $150 if you don't sit your.
I'm not giving them, bitch. I'm not sure about no steak and no lobster.
You want to go to Del Frisco? What?
So yeah, I mean, at first I was like, no. I'm like, I'm not coming nowhere. You know, I got kids. I ain't leaving my kids. You know, whatever. And he just, you know, he was kind of persistent about it. And I'm like, well, why not?
Right.
You know, I pulled out my list and I'm like,
what my list say?
But you know what? I want to just talk about that for a brief moment because I feel like there is that moment where the list will be presented to us and we like, the hell is you doing over here? I'm not comfortable. But
I'm not ready.
No, say it one more time.
What the
No
fuck is you doing?
Questions.
So that's where I was with it. I'm like, but he was persistent and in a respectful way though. That
not
is I
creepy.
Think, like that's what I think kind of won me over to even try is the fact that he didn't force himself on me. Mm-hmm. He was allowing me to go through my feelings of the relationship, the marriage that was ending. He was allowing me to just vent and just whatever. And he wasn't kind of like, oh, come cry on my shoulder, boo. Like it was
I got something for you to ride on.
Right. It was none of that. So when I finally said, you know what, maybe I should. And I talked to my mom about it and she was like, girl, if you don't get your ass, I'll watch the kids. Like when she said that, I was like, oh, okay. So, I mean, I put him through the ringer. I'm like, send me a picture of your driver's license, your car, like
As you should.
Protect Black women, okay?
And you know, I was like, yup, book me a suite alone. We will not be staying together. And he was like, I didn't expect it, but sure. Okay. Like
I like that energy. I like
you know, I politely told him, like, I kind of said it like this is your one shot without saying that. I was like, I'm gonna be watching you the whole weekend. Like, and that's what's going to tell me whether or not I should even consider dating you. And he was like, good. And I was like, well, damn.
This is so interesting because
you're confident.
You at this point haven't even been able to even experience like dating life.
No, I had been with my husband for like 7 years.
So you weren't even thinking about this.
No.
Like you didn't even get a chance to experience the bullshit.
Right.
That be out
didn't
there.
even touch the
I'm not
cesspool.
mad at you. If I could have avoided that shit too, then I think I would. But you know, like there is definitely piss in the pool.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's feces at this point.
Shit too.
Yeah, there's feces.
And it's there. But
For
go ahead,
sure.
keep going because I am.
She's like, keep going.
I want out the pool. This is you giving me my directions to get my Uber to pick me up from the pool. Okay,
Right.
Pick me up.
So you know, I get on the plane, and you know, as I'm going to the airport, like I do something and I break a nail. And I'm like one of those people that I'm like, oh fuck, this is a sign. See, my ass shouldn't be going. I broke my nail. I can't even be cute. So, but because we're so cool and we had a friendship, I'm jokingly telling him, like I'm texting him like, listen, I'm very vain, okay? And my nail is broke. Don't look at my hand. Like,
Don't even pay attention.
Girl, I have legitimately canceled a full date because my nails were not done. I was like, absolutely not.
See, so you feel me? I'm like, man, I'm trying to show up, even though I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to put my best foot forward. Like I'm trying to like wow him. Like, yup, I'm here.
Yeah, and I'm that chick. Hello.
Hello.
I deserve.
You know, I tell him that, and he's like, please, there's nothing you could ever do that would make you any less than perfect. He's like, just like, oh, I ain't gonna look at it, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I get to the airport. He's there to pick me up. And he came inside the airport. That was the first thing. I was like, oh, not I had to go get my bag, go outside, wait for him to pull up. No, he parked his car, valeted the car, came in to get my bag. Then, you know, we friendly embrace. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Oh, you look the same in person. You know, whatever. And then
wait, stop. Mentally, how are you dealing with this? Because you're coming from a situation where you weren't getting that, even though that's what you wanted. But now all of a sudden you are getting exactly that. Were you prepared for, like, was your mental like catching up to what was happening, or were you kind of like,
oh no.
you know?
At the time, I'm like mind fucked. Like deer in headlights, like, yo, am I like, is this real or am I dreaming this? Because this feels like what I've been dreaming stuff should be like, but I'm here, you know? So I'm kind of going through the motions. So we go up to where like the valet is. They bring the car around. He opens my door. And when he opens the door, there's a gift on the seat.
A damn gift?
Yep. There's a gift on the seat. It's a little pink bag, and inside the bag is a 4-pack of protein shakes. I drink a very specific protein shake that you can't even get in every store. And I told him that, you know, I have a problem eating sometimes. He knew I had the surgery. So sometimes I can't stomach eating. So I have to have protein shakes so that I don't get dizzy, lightheaded. I have my protein.
Right.
And I mean, I told him that like long time ago. This wasn't like a recent conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, and they're my exact kind. Like, all right.
It's the attention to detail. Oh my God.
But here's the kicker though. Inside the bag, there was nail glue for my nail.
Oh,
he didn't.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta get this fully done over that.
I was like, yo. So, you know, I mean, I could tell y'all a bunch of details, but I want to get to like the important stuff. So, I mean, the weekend went fabulous. He had everything planned. I mean, from the dinners with reservations to like an aquarium where he basically walked me through and told me about the exhibits, like just everything. He took me shopping, got me anything I wanted from every store I wanted, like literally treated me like a queen, right? And did not, I repeat, did not try to have sex with me, did not try to force intimacy. We continued to talk as friends. I mean, we held hands. We did end up kissing after a day or two that I was there. But it was very...
It was he was following your lead more than anything, right?
It was very respectful. So, you know, I go home and, you know, I'm halfway like, yo, this was a dream. And from that point on, you know, I continued to get the flowers every week.
Wow.
And maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that, he's like, well, can I come to you now? Like, can you show me your town? Like, can we like do a date weekend there? I'll still plan everything. I'll get my own room. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, be all in your space. Like, I just want to just hang out and date you. So, you know, he did that. And when he came, like, mind you, this is like, okay, months of us talking, like just being friends, whatever. But this is literally like our second date. At the end of an amazing weekend. I mean, we did so much amazing stuff. We jam-packed stuff into a weekend. At the end of the weekend, he called my father, asked my mother and my father if he could marry me, got me a ring, and proposed to me as he was going to get on the plane.
Are you serious? That's so dope, though. Like, this is like, yes, Sauce, bring your butt back. What?
You on mute, girl.
You're on mute.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
So after, I came back from, his visit, he asked if he could come here and kind of do the same thing. So he got a hotel room, we had an amazing weekend. And at the end of the weekend, he asked my parents if he could marry me, got me a ring, and proposed as he was leaving to get on the plane.
You heard it. You heard it.
Yeah. And he just told me, like, I know what I want. I'm not rushing you. I'm not saying we got to get married tomorrow. We can take as long as you want, but I don't want you dating anybody else. I'm here. Whatever you want, whatever you require. That's it. Like,
it's
I know.
The intent. It's the intention.
So
I'm about to lose it.
Because
my sister's in the chat, so she just was like, "Yes, he did.
Yes, he did."
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Oh,
what is the time? What is this timeline period?
So the initial meeting happened, like the initial us connecting on Facebook was like November.
Okay.
Then, the only time he actually expressed any type of interest, I think, was right around Valentine's Day. So after
February the next year.
Yep. So we had the one date where I went to where he was, and then 2 or 3 weeks after that, he came to where I was.
So within 2 or 3 weeks of just physically meeting,
mm-hmm.
proposed.
Yep. The second date. But we had date weekends. So keep that in mind. Like, it would probably be the equivalent to like 6 or 8 dates.
Right. Because you're spending the whole weekend with each other.
Did. Yeah. All of the stuff we did, the activities, the whatever.
Mm-hmm. Where are you in the divorce at this point?
Right now, still going through it.
I get it. No, I get it.
Still going through it. And I need your prayers.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I mean, let's just talk. Let's just relate for a quick second. As somebody who doesn't have kids and all the things that went through, it took years to get it finalized. So I understand exactly where you're at, sis. Like, I'm living my life regardless.
It's like I'm not gonna allow that. Yeah. And the cool and not cool thing is, like, he understands though, because he's finalizing his divorce.
Right.
So it's like
it's a mutual thing.
We're in the same situation.
Same situation. So we understand each other a whole lot. And it makes things so easy. Because if I'm crying about what's going on in this, he's not internalizing it. He's not like, yo, why you crying about this dude? You got me. He ain't like, he's like, come here, baby. Let me pray for you. Like, let's pray for him. Let's, yeah. It's amazingly healthy. Like, it's awesome.
You have an ex-husband who is also the father of your child. How is he with everything? And then how are your kids with everything?
Oh, he's not happy. I hope he does not see this. I mean,
it'd be like that though. I get it.
Part of it, I want him to see it so he'll know the accurate story, because he's told himself another story.
Right. They got to tell themselves a different story.
You know what I'm saying? But then, he's not okay. He's not okay. He's not happy about it. He's not being nice about it.
and this is not me playing devil's advocate. It's just understanding that other side, because imagine the person that you was making all these, promises to. I'm going to give you all of this and this, that, and the third, and you literally have to watch them get it from somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to
Sure.
swallow.
It's difficult. But my
And
kids,
you know, he's a resilient man, probably.
yeah, he'll be fine. He's
Yeah.
handsome, he's talented. I'm sure another lucky woman will inherit that.
Look at you. Look at you growing up, Dionna. Look at you.
You know, just evolving. But it's important to note, you asked about my kids.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why I think he proposed so quickly is that I told him a man was not meeting my kids unless I was marrying him.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That's real.
Like, there's no reason for my kids to go through my dating life.
That's real.
None at all. Like, you ain't
don't
going
need
to
to know
see them.
how I'm filtering.
You know they
people out.
exist.
Right.
You know they exist. You don't need to see them. They don't need to know you. They nothing.
That's real. That's
So I think a part of it probably was he knew we couldn't go nowhere if we weren't getting married. And he knew if my kids didn't like him, we wasn't going nowhere neither. So he had to.
So
you know.
I do want to make sure I ask, maybe because he knew from conversation with you that marriage was the requirement for a lot of things. That's probably like.
Well, hold on. Let's back that up.
Okay.
I actually said I didn't want to marry again.
Oh.
Because that's one, because I was like,
that's usually my response. I'm like, F marriage.
Yeah. Oh no. So you know what it is. Like, I had every intention of marrying one time. That was it. So a part of, like, maybe I would even say like self-sabotaging, I kind of was like, that was my chance. Guess it ain't in the cards, you know?
One and done, got it.
But I tell you this, when God shows up with everything you said, oh shit, you'll change.
You ain't got no choice.
You'll change.
Choice.
You'll change that tune. Because then you're gonna start to wonder, like, I gave my everything in a situation where I didn't get half of this. What type of woman will I become getting everything I ever wanted?
Oh, I'm about to pass out, Dionna. This is too much church for one
that's
Wednesday.
The word right there. And with that said, we are officially out of here. That's like, people don't get it. Like, what happens if a woman can be so resilient when you don't give a shit?
Anything.
What do you think is going to happen?
What do you think she would do for you and everything else when you are helping her ass out? Like,
oh my Lord.
I mean, he literally kind of like loved me back to life, like back to who I was before the hurt.
D, you're killing me right now. You're literally, I did not sign up to be triggered like this for Henny and HotWings, Joe.
I love this. I thought y'all was gonna have like Q&A and
but we wasn't prepared. Whoa, okay.
So I mean, you know, he proposes that one time, and I say yes, but we very quickly have a conversation about this will not be a quick marriage. We are doing everything intentional. So I gave him a list of like what I required.
Another list, or is this your original list?
No, this was a list of like what I required for us to be exclusive and be engaged, and also like what I required for us to actually get married. So yes, I'll accept your proposal, but I'm not actually marrying you until all of these things are done.
So it's the intent on both sides for me. I love the intent.
What does he get from you?
Everything he wants.
Now, does he present the list to you or no?
No, but when we talked about mine, he had his own internal list.
Of course, of course.
You know, he had been married before as well.
Okay.
So he had experience of what to do and not to do.
Okay.
So he was like, this is what also, ladies, if you're going to take notes, this is another noteworthy thing. He was not resistant to anything I said. anything I required, there was never a, Henny, I'm not sure. It was just like, that's it. All right.
Where did you find this? We gotta find this person. I need.
Where exactly?
I need his
on
DNA, and
Facebook?
we need to
What
clone
was
this
the
person.
status that you liked that one time? What was the meme?
She said, what was the meme? Yo, it's so funny. I'm gonna go. You know what? Give me a little time, and I'll go back and find out. But I'm telling you, it was something so random that I was like, y'all don't even remember saying that. Like,
I need to post a meme and
Yeah.
it.
Because I want to start from the beginning. From the beginning.
So, you know, as
whoever likes that post is the one.
That's it.
But you're not gonna know for like a year later, though.
Right.
We liked them and then never talked or nothing.
Right.
So
y'all try to get another boyfriend in that time, and then then
I gotta be hurt first, and then so much.
No, this is yeah. So like he wanted you, and he wanted to meet your needs. What were some of those things on the list?
So honestly, his needs are easy to meet. They're easy to meet. He wanted someone who he could share his business acumen with. He's a very established businessman. So he likes to talk about money, growth, businesses. Like, he likes that. He likes intellectual conversation. Ding, got it. Okay, what's next? He liked a woman that took care of herself, that already had her own standards of self-care. So, you know, once I said, hey, I get my nails done every 2 weeks, I get waxed, I want my lashes done, I want a massage, I want this. And he's like, okay, cool. I want you to look your best all the time.
I would like to look my best all the time as well.
Me too.
Yeah, I want you to look your best. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I love looking my best. And
right. That's my favorite thing to do. Is
you know, if you make it possible, that's even better. Thank you. Like, so that he absolutely wanted someone that had their own goals, their own aspirations, their own life. So they wouldn't be, you know, overly concerned with like him. Like, he wanted to someone to share his life. Like, yo, let's vacation, let's do these things. But when I'm handling my business, like, I need to know that you're handling your business.
Right. And you're not sitting around nagging me about what I'm doing. Right.
Yeah. And he wanted a very secure woman. In his past relationship, he was always being accused of things. She was not secure. She did not take care of herself in means of like how she dressed and looked and different things like that. So those things were really important to him. He wanted someone that he could share a spiritual connection with, like go to church with, have spiritual discussions, Bible studies. And I was like, yo, that was my number one requirement.
Boom. Gold star.
So, you know, he wanted someone he could have fun with, someone that wanted to go out, have dates all the time, try new things, activities, travel a lot. So, I mean, if you remember all the things I was saying.
Yeah, like he wanted to come, like, somebody he can hang.
He wanted somebody that he could have a good time with, he could enjoy. He had felt like a good portion of his life had been spent building up business and money. So he's very financially stable.
Amen.
And
amen.
And he wanted someone that could just enjoy the fruits of his labor with him. Like, be a good conversationalist, have fun, don't take life too seriously. Like, I'm like, shit.
That's easy. That's an easy job. I got it.
Love that job.
Gotcha. Like,
favorite job.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I was meeting those needs and he was meeting mine. And when we discussed like getting married, it's funny because neither one of us had like a real wedding that we planned. So when we were discussing, you know, weddings, he was like, well, all I want is for you to have the wedding of your dreams. And I was like, well, what are you going to get out of that? Because the wedding of my dreams might not be what you like. So what are you going to get? And he was like, the satisfaction that I gave it to you. I was like, shit, marry me now. Like,
stem cell research, get this man cloned immediately.
So I think maybe I was gone for this. So when you first met him and stuff like that, you were attracted to him. He looked good. He looked nice. He had a good personality.
I was attracted to him. Yeah. I was attracted to him. It's important to note that he is older than me. So we do have an age difference, and I've never dated anyone with that big of an age gap. It's like 18 years.
Got you.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
but I feel like 18 years between a man and a woman is more like 6 years.
That's that part.
Say that, Mo. Say that.
Okay.
That part. Like we have this age difference, but literally, honestly, the only time I even remember that there's an age difference is like when we're talking about social media stuff.
Right. Generational things. Right.
Yes.
Right.
And even me, I feel like I don't notice all this social media.
That's the only time, because he doesn't look his age at all. He's fit. We work out together. He likes all types of music. So he also knows music from my eras as well. Mm-hmm. So like we like the same things. We like the same comedians. We like.
You guys have a lot in common.
Yeah, we have a lot in common, and it just flows. But so after he proposed and we kind of talked about all of that, and wedding of my dreams, he asked me what that was. I was like, I want to get married in Paris. I want whatever dress I want, whatever. And he was like, cool. I halfway didn't believe it, but.
I feel like at this point, Dionna, you just better believe when that man says cool. Okay. When that man says cool, you better believe it's cool.
But I'm going to be honest. And I mean, this is for the ladies listening.
Yeah.
Look at how much I've told you this man has showed up, proved it. And I still was like,
it'd be like that, yo.
That's not something you get used to. That's something, like shit.
You got to work up to that. So,
so can we just talk really quick? I don't want to cut you off, but I want to talk about that. When you do get all those great things, you cannot get used to it. Like, and even maintaining it, like appreciating all of these things. I think a lot of times women level up and then kind of be like, oh, now this is the new expectation. Like, no, appreciate that this man has done this for you.
Y'all about to hate me then. Yeah.
Y'all. I'm waiting to be shocked.
Get me together.
Oh no, it's the new expectation. What you mean? Yep.
Well, no. When I say new expectation, yes. Once you get introduced to a new level of life, it'd be silly to not expect anything less, right? It'd be silly to expect anything less. But what I mean is, women get comfortable in that, and the fact that they don't have to appreciate this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I meant.
Like.
Oh no, appreciation. But let me be clear though. Mm-hmm. Yes, you always have to appreciate, but you still got to keep a level of
But this is normal for me, right? This is.
Nigga, you know what time it is,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
I got you.
You do, because it keeps it consistent.
Mm-hmm. Because if you feel like you're not used to it, how is he supposed to
listen? And that's the thing. Like, people are quick to like put the consistency thing on the other person. Like, I need a man who's consistent. Well, guess what, sis? You need to be consistently requiring it.
You didn't have to get me together like that, Dionna. All right.
I asked somebody this question earlier today. Was it like, how do you get? Are you like in these situations? Are you supposed to ask, or are you supposed to make a statement and they understand that? Because like, how do you ask?
Right.
Like,
and not a demanding way.
My rent paid.
So,
or not but like, given this is the person, like, even with your fiance,
I think depending on who you ask, the answer will be different. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't think it's a matter of asking or whatever. I think it's a matter of getting to know the man and getting to know his preference. I'll give you an example. When we first got engaged, and one of my requirements was that he needed to pay all my bills. There was a
say that though.
I just said it. Like
I love it.
Shit, Dionna. Shit.
but it's important to note he's a man who believes he should.
Right. So it's not even a debate.
He's a man who believes his woman is taken care of by him. So me saying that was like, yo, could you give me some water? Like, it wasn't like
nothing.
Like,
it was like nothing.
He was like, yeah,
anyways. Yeah.
You know, like I'm not running no game on him.
Right.
Like, that's not it. This isn't a come up. This isn't a, like, that's the thing women need to understand. There's a lot of these groups and things where they will tell you, like, secure the bag, blah, blah, blah. And yes, I was in some of them before, you know, trying to get myself together. I see these women living a life. I want to know. So I'm doing research, you know?
I love research.
You know what I mean? Doing research. But the thing that I found is the best way to have the relationship of your dreams. Yo, my sister is stupid. Oh my God. The best way to have the relationship of your dreams, the man of your dreams, is literally to get crystal clear about what you want. And then you wait for that man who wants to give that.
That's the hard part.
Again,
not
like
you find a man that looks good to you, that you're attracted to, that's making you tingle, and you try to wrestle him into what you want.
Don't hide your face, Mo.
I just want Dionna to stop coming for me for this episode. I just want her to stop coming
here,
okay?
Well, listen, I can only talk what I've done.
No,
that's why, you know, like I can say these things so confidently because I did them too. Like it's not uncommon. It's what a lot of us do. You're attracted to something, you know, he's saying the right things. He got the swag that you like. And that's what you go for when it's like, no, if you get crystal clear on what you need that will actually benefit your life in the long run, the man that shows up with that, nigga, nobody is more attractive than my dude. Are you kidding?
I know that's fucking right, because the way you treat me will make me so loyal to you before any type of attraction or physical.
You don't gotta say a damn thing.
Nothing. That's daddy. You understand me?
Nothing. There's nothing that could sway me. He done did everything.
Literally.
And consist, like, he makes sure there ain't no opportunity for anybody to do anything for me. He makes sure of it.
That's dope. That's like, and I can tell that by your ring.
He makes it very clear.
Like, I want you to know that she needs for nothing.
Okay. Now, funny story about the ring though. This is not the first ring. This is not what he initially.
I do remember the upgrade. Yep, I do remember the upgrade.
he did not initially propose with this because he proposed on the fly. I don't think he decided to do that while he was there. So he took me to get my hair done. And while I was getting my hair done, he went to, you know, some jewelry store in the mall and just got something.
Yeah.
It was still nice. It wasn't this. At all.
Yeah, it was gorgeous, but baby, when that upgrade came through.
So, I mean, I got two proposals. So I got the proposal with the initial ring, like when he first came. And then 6 months later, he planned a proposal with my family and my closest friends. And that's when I got this.
He said, I'm gonna show out for them. Let me show out real quick for them.
Let me hold the first one. Let me hold it.
Yeah, right.
Let me hold it, girl.
As a manifestation.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Like, it's a reflection of him too. I think a lot of men miss that point too. Like, the better I look, the more nobody clearly I'm taken care of. I don't really need
like, you know, he has removed the opportunity for someone to even attract me. Because
this is what people fail to realize.
I'm so stimulated in so many ways. He prays for me every day. So my spirituality, check. He pays for everything. So, and this is some old school flex game that I got. He kind of flexed with this. Him paying for everything too is a subtle reminder. Like every time I look around, I'm like, oh, that nigga bought that. Like, so if you ever start to think something, you like, oh no, they like. Even when he ain't here, he here.
He here.
Like
he's everywhere.
Clearly, he's showing up. So it's like, you know, he's providing everything. He developed a relationship with my children organically. So he didn't come in and say, I'm bonus dad. He didn't do that. He was mommy's friend until the second proposal. So he proposed the first time, and when he proposed, that's like a little while after that, I introduced him to my kids, but as my friend.
Of course.
We didn't do anything affectionate in front of them. We didn't kiss, nothing. We were friends, and we only did like family outing type things that the kids would like. So we would take them to play. We would take just to get them used to having someone around. And all they saw was him driving, him opening the doors, him taking care of all of us.
Treat care of mommy.
All of all of the positive things about how a man should treat a woman, how he should care about her children, all of that. We went to church together. We just did all of those things to build a family bond. And then when he proposed again in front of my family and everything, the kids were a part of it. Like my daughter held up one of the signs, like, you know, so he talked with them before to make sure they understood what marriage was and we were going to be a family and all of that. So everything has been really respectful, and it did happen quickly. It did happen quickly. You know, I'm still going through my divorce, you know, that's still kind of looming and all of that. But I couldn't not be open to this. It was too blatantly everything that I desired. And go ahead.
I was going to say, can I just say, you give me hope. I'll say that much. My God, you give me hope, honey.
That's what I'm here for.
What in you have a journal, you have a book.
Yes, I do.
Book and in this journal, what is it that we are reading?
So the book that I wrote is What They Didn't Tell You About Pregnancy. So this is
that was
literally, you can gift it if you're not pregnant, you know, if you know someone who is. It literally just chronicles myself and my co-author. We talk about like just being Black women, a little mature in maternal age, what that experience is like. Miscarriage, gender disappointment, a lot of the things that have negative connotations that you don't see anywhere. So if you start feeling certain things, you think you're alone and you think you're a bad person and you're going to be a bad mother. We dispel those myths in this book.
That's dope.
So that's that book. But what I'm pushing now is my baby. This was literally birthed from my experience. This, I've talked about it. You guys have gotten the most in-depth explanation.
Ow, thank you.
Like, this is an exclusive, like, of epic proportions. I
love it.
I'm like, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb because it's going crazy.
Crazy.
Like, my family is going to be like, yo.
You don't know the level of listing that I'm going to do once this is over. Okay. I think I got a whole week of listing.
So yes, all of you need the book.
Yes.
Manifesting Love, Fit for a Queen, the journal. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with journaling, but it is a guided journal.
Oh.
So I give you the writing prompts.
Okay.
And the journal is broken up into 4 sections. The first one is about yourself. The second one is about the king that you want to attract. The third one is about the relationship you want. And then how do you come together? What do you want your relationship to mean? What is the purpose? Okay. And I literally give you my blueprint of what I did.
What are some of the prompts in the book? Like if you have
So let's see. And I'm just gonna be random. Ooh.
Yeah.
Listen, nothing is happenstance. Nothing is coincidence. I flipped the book. Y'all seen me do it.
Right.
I opened up to day 5, your majesty, which is yourself. Your standards. What standards do you have in relationships? Why are these your standards? And what standards have you had a hard time upholding or enforcing with others?
I gotta go back into hiding. Excuse me. Gotta go.
Get back here, Mo.
I gotta go.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
We gonna get all in your business, because in order to attract the healthy king and relationship that you want, you're gonna have to acknowledge.
Right.
Wow.
What are your standards? Why are they? Why haven't you been able to uphold them?
Uphold them, right?
Right.
Okay.
So then, look. Day 10, your king. This is your dream mate. How does your king rule the kingdom? What are his views on providing? Describe the ways that he provides for you financially, emotionally, and spiritually. So this is your dream. This is not time for you to be realistic in what you've had and what you've seen show up in other people's lives. No, this is like, my ideal life. I'm living my ideal life. What is that king? How does he feel about providing? What does he provide?
I like how you said, and this is not your realistic dreams.
Right.
It's your
dream.
Because we will dumb it down for our own selves. We'll dumb it down.
If it's realistic, is it really a dream?
Exactly.
We're
already putting limitations on what
already
we want.
doing that. And it's like, it's the same way I feel about God. Like, if I can will something to happen or I can figure something out, do I need to pray to God about it? No, I'm praying to God about supernatural movement. God, I need a king to show up like this. I ain't seen it before. I don't know if it exists or not, but in my heart, I'm trying to believe it.
Right. Make that
I need you to make
turn water into wine, Lord.
Okay. Make it clear as day, Lord.
Hello. Make it so clear that I have no choice.
Yeah. I've had so many of those prayers where God was like, God, I don't need no blurry sign. I need it nice and clear as day. Okay.
So listen, ladies, if you felt compelled at all, if you were feeling anything I said, I did not hold anything back about what I did. I put it here because I literally want every woman to experience this. I want every woman to know she's a queen. Everything like queen. That's why I decided to say not manifesting the love of your dreams. I mean, it is, but manifesting love fit for a queen. What does the queen get? Queen don't work.
No, she sits back.
You know what I mean?
She don't have time for that.
She don't have time for that. What does she do? She sits on the throne.
She might point here and there, but that's about it. That is it.
So, yes.
Where we could get that book at?
Tell them where to get the book.
Where can we get that journal?
Please get it on my website. My website is destinationdionna.com. The journal, please get a copy for yourself. If you got a girlfriend that you know needs it, get her one too. Listen, I'm even willing to make appearances for book clubs. Do a virtual book club. I will come.
I was just about to say,
I will show
get
up.
a book club together. Get your single friends or whoever friends that are transitioning, whoever's looking for love. Get y'all together.
Did I write this right at the screen?
Yes, it looks. Yep. Yeah, destinationdionna.com. That is it. And as luck would have it, I quit my job today.
Congratulations.
Yes. So now I'm like really a full-time
entrepreneur.
Beyonce. Like that's my job now.
Yeah.
So I literally have all the time. So I'm doing a 30-day challenge where I'm going to do a live every day, a little mini live where I give you more insight to the actual day's prompt.
Okay.
But it's going to be a private Facebook group. So you do have to register on my website to do it because it's going to be a safe space. I'm literally going to be imparting my energy on people. Yeah. So I need to be able to control the environment.
Of course.
But yes, it's going to be a good time. So I would say get the journal, register for my 30-day Love Attraction Challenge. It's starting on April 1st, but I'm going to open up the group on Friday. So get in there. I think I only have like 20 spaces left. There's not a lot of room.
I know that's right. Everybody's trying to get the answers. We trying to get our love attraction, but fit for a queen.
Yes.
Okay. And let everybody know where they can find you personally, of course.
Oh, yes. So, I mean, if you're on Facebook, they've already tagged me. So you can, I think I'm at capacity, but you can follow me. I post some stuff on Facebook. I'm really active on Instagram, and my Instagram is Destination Dionna. I post a lot of my videos there, flyers for like activities and events that I'm doing. I'm really active on my Instagram. I have a YouTube as well, and it's Destination Dionna. So there I have fuller videos with like tips and advice and different things like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ladies.
That is dope. I was trying to write fast.
She was over here being production. Okay, come on, production.
I'm like, okay, she got it.
Make sure that you guys register for the 30-day challenge. And you can find everything on her website, destinationdionna.com. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you
so much. I mean, I think this is the first time in our new schedule that we've gone over the time.
Wow.
This is worth it though.
Man, shit. I was like, she might have to be on here.
We might need to have you as a co-host at this point.
Listen, I'm available now. I have free time. I'm not working.
When she says, hey, I don't work. Like, I'm like, honey.
Yes. Well, can we just give a shout out though for 3 women right here that are living that entrepreneurial life and just really flourishing in our greatness.
Yes,
real queen
absolutely.
Energy right here. So kudos to all 3 of us.
Thank you so much for having me, ladies. It was fun. Again, this is an exclusive. I've been doing kind of press because I just released the journal. So I've been doing a lot of podcasts the last few weeks, and I have not shared this much.
Well, that's what I love to hear, Dionna.
So I appreciate the safe space and the fun interaction, and just sharing your audience with me, your influence. Like, thank you so much.
And thank you.
I mean, again, thank you, because this I don't know what it did for you, but it did a lot for us.
It's a whole word for us, honey.
So thank you, and we do appreciate you being candid and transparent with us. That's the whole vibe here, is just to kind of, infotain. Let them know some shit.
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Yes, I'm not spelling my shit. I've finally figured that you should know how to spell my name by now. So follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also follow me on MsMoFiller.com and check out every single, I'm losing track of days, Tuesday at 7. New episode of the Critical Breakdown drops on YouTube. So make sure you follow Inside the Maze.
Well, before I turn it over to myself, my nigga, I'm just so happy for you in Critical Breakdown.
Yes.
Such a
doing
great
big things.
job. It is so dope to watch you. Thank you for having them sign my wall too.
Right, I got you, baby.
I gotta talk to Dutch Rebel. Don't be
you so extra. You're so extra, bro. I was like, bro, you gonna get up on the table and do all of that? That's what you gonna do.
But you are out here kicking ass, and I think it's really just dope to watch you grow and everything. So you fucking go, girl. Both of y'all just be going. That Black Girl Magic. Happy Women's Month, anyways.
Oh yes, Women's History Month.
It is. Yes, it is. We making history.
Facts.
But we have now one more spot, and make sure you check me here when we feel like it on Wednesday nights. You understand me?
I think
at 8:30.
It's rationing out to be every
bi-weekly. I'm like, it's seeming to be bi-weekly at this point, and I like it. I like it.
Henny and HotWings across all social media platforms. Tune in, Twitter, all of them, all of the ones. Just Google Henny and HotWings. Myself, Miss Hot Sauce, to you across all social media and Spark FM online. Make sure you guys tune in. Number one for urban and Caribbean music. With that said, people, we are officially out here. Good night.